and it has shaken financial markets.
The war in Ukraine is having a heavy impact on global trade and the price of things we all rely on. Canada.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau insists Liberals are united. Now, some of his backbenchers want him to prove it. Before we proceed, please subscribe to the channel to get the latest political news as they unfold. When the caucus meets Wednesday, Canada's Prime Minister will face calls for a secret ballot vote on his leadership. Trudeau faces calls for secret ballot on his leadership. That would help us as a party move beyond this, says one Liberal lawmaker calling for a vote. I think it would put this to rest, said Liberal MP Sameer Zuberi. We need to have finality, that would help us as a party move beyond this. The new demand follows a closed-door meeting on October 23, when Trudeau heard from dozens on his team who want him to go. Old guards in the party have also argued that resigning as leader would be best for his legacy and for the party. Trudeau loyalists, including members of his cabinet, say the air was cleared during last week's dust-up. They insist the Liberal team is focused on defeating their main political rival, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre. This is largely settled, Energy Minister Jonathan Wilkinson said this week. We're united and we're going to move on. Holding a caucus vote on Wednesday would test the case, which is why it's unlikely to happen. The Prime Minister and his team have said on a number of occasions, in different ways, that the Prime Minister enjoys the support of the vast majority of caucus, so to me that suggests he shouldn't have any concerns about holding a secret ballot, said Liberal MP Ivan Baker. The three-time Prime Minister is down in the polls and has spent weeks squaring off against caucus members eager to take him out. Trudeau has not just resisted, he has doubled down. I am determined to lead this party into the next election, Trudeau told hosts of the Inside the Village podcast on October 25, 2 days after the confrontation. I'm actually really excited about this fight. The battle could come sooner than expected. Against the turmoil in the Liberal Party, rival parties in the House of Commons are plotting to take down the minority government, leaving open the possibility of an election before the end of the year. He's convinced he's the right guy. I think he's getting bad advice, said Sean Casey, another Liberal office holder who has spoken out publicly. It's getting harder for Trudeau and his office to manage the dissenters. Liberal MP Ken MacDonald says he was pressured to retract his public calls for a leadership review in January. Although he is not going to run again, MacDonald still insists change at the top is overdue. The leadership vote is unlikely because there's no mechanism in the Liberal Party to force one, just as there is no lever to force Trudeau out. The Prime Minister's top advisors have their own plans for caucus. Andrew Bevan, the party's new campaign director, is expected to share his plan for the next election campaign. Caucus will also hear that the party is testing attack ads to counter Poilievre's messaging. The Conservative Party spent more than $8.5 million on advertising in 2023 compared to the $381,000 the Liberal Party spent in the same time period, filings with Elections Canada show. Yes, we need to make significant changes in how we engage with Canadians over the coming months, but that is part and parcel of what an election campaign is, Trudeau said in his recent interview. As we're approaching an election year, we're going to have to make sure we are very clearly articulating with Canadians what's at stake. Last week the Prime Minister was handed a statement signed by 24 MPs, calling on him to reflect and then resign. Now a grassroots movement in the wider party is circulating a leadership petition. Documents obtained by Politico show yet another group urging Liberal riding associations to support efforts within caucus. Trudeau isn't flinching. I reminded all my colleagues who got elected first in 2015 that they signed up to run for the distant third-place party in the House of Commons, a long way from ever being able to form government in the eyes of every pundit and every pollster out there, Trudeau said in his recent podcast appearance. Some of the Liberals who want Trudeau to go know it may take time. There's no knockout punch with the current Prime Minister, said one lawmaker who was granted anonymity to speak freely. It's going to be many initiatives. Thank you for watching until the end. Please share your thoughts in the comments section and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates.